Here behind me is where a scam call turned deadly, and I'm going to step out of the way here so you can get a look here. The man who lives here is accused of shooting and killing an Uber driver. He now faces a murder charge and potential other charges. According to reports, authorities say William Brock had been receiving multiple threatening scam calls the morning of March 25th. The calls were concerning an incarcerated relative, and Brock was told to meet at the courthouse to pay a ransom of $12,000 in bail money, or they would kill him and his relative. Around the same time of the call, Lolitha Hall received directions from the same person or an accomplice, instructing her to go to Brock's home to pick up a package for delivery. Dashcam video from Hall's car shows her arrive to Brock's home to pick up that package. According to reports from the Clark County Sheriff's Office, Brock allegedly had a gun. This video appears to confirm that. The incident report says Brock allegedly took Hall's phone and wouldn't let her leave, and when she tried to go, authorities say Brock then shot Hall. They started fighting, and he shot her 2 more times. Authorities received a call from Brock saying he had shot someone on his property because they were trying to rob him. When units arrived, they found Hall with multiple gunshot wounds, and Brock was bleeding from his head. Hall was flown to Kettering Hospital in Dayton, where she died. Reports say while officials were on scene, Brock's landline phone kept ringing, and when one officer picked it up, the man on the other line said he was an officer. And the real officer explained what happened and asked the caller to meet. And he agreed, but never showed up. We reached out to Uber, and they responded with this statement saying in part, quote, "There is no other way to describe this incident than a horrific tragedy. Our hearts continue to be with Lolitha's loved ones as they grieve her sudden loss. We have been in contact with law enforcement and remain committed to supporting their investigation." End quote. Uber also went on to say the account of the individual who ordered the Uber trip has been banned. The sheriff's office is also reminding residents to be extra cautious and that no law enforcement agency or court will call you and demand for bail money over the phone. That goes for any other court.
Yes,
sir. Hold on. Give me a pause for 1 second, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, when I first saw that, man, my heart went out to both of those people because, being old, I know people that had bought brand new computers, old people, and they had bought brand new computers, and a virus alert popped up on it, and because of all the bad negativity and things they've heard about, bad negativity, it's a double negative, all the negativity they've heard about viruses, they unplugged it and threw them away.
Oh, wow.
They didn't know that those things could easily be fixed. My mother was fortunate because she had me, and I was just like, I'm a computer doggone wizard in terms of, just knowing and fixing and doing all that stuff. So my mother never had a worry, but she was called a few times of them trying to scam money from her, telling her that her computers are leaking viruses through Time Warner and all this other stuff. And had, if my mother didn't know any better or didn't have a son who knew that stuff, it scared her. And so, you get old people, they don't know this stuff. I have a friend of mine that got the phone call saying that his family member was in jail and they wanted him to send some money back or something. They also had these viruses that popped up on people's screens, had FBI written across it, and they had the picture of if you have a computer with a camera, if they make your camera take a picture of you and they say this is the picture they have of you doing pedophilia acts and things like that, molesting children and stuff, and you have to send this much money to release this thing or to get off of this thing. And this is how bad and scary this scamming stuff has gone. And now, because of technology and the way they're using it, they've taken it to another level. I want to tell that family, please, don't be mad at that man. Don't be mad at that man. I mean, at first I was saying the reason why the cops probably could throw him in jail is because he shot her 3 times, but I hadn't even heard that they had a scuffle. You understand? This man thought that this woman, and it wasn't her color, believe me, no matter what color she would have been or he would have been, he would have stepped up and knocked on that door. It scared that man to death. They told this man they were going to kill him if he didn't bring this money down to wherever they wanted him to bring it. Man, God forbid. They talk about they banned the Uber account of the person who made the call to have it. They need to arrest him.
Yeah, that's not enough.
That's right. Arrest him and make him confess and tell who did what, who contacted him, who did what. They need to find those people, because Uber, first off, Uber needs to be sued. That black family, I'm telling you, I'm sorry to say this, but you cannot hold it against that white man. This ain't a racial incident. This is an incident where two old people were caught in the crossfires of some young people using and abusing technology and preying on old